Do-da, do-da. Am I live? Oh, come on. Is there someone out there? Hello? I'll be with you in just a second. Trying to find some background music. Here we go. What's this? Hey, Nez. That might not be good. Let's see here. Let's cut it down a little bit. Hello, everybody. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I did. Got to go to my daughter's house, or our daughter's house, and spend it with her daughter and son-in-law and two granddaughters, and we had a great time. I think they tried to fool me. I said, ooh, crap. Let's see if that helps. Is that bad, or is that better? It's not as harsh. I know I'm hard to look at. Hey, got to meet Mark Fun Jones and went to Tennessee. Well, that's good. Y'all ride skateboards together? I have watched Mark. He's intent on mastering the skateboard. I tried to skateboard once and like to kill myself. So it's best for me to stay away from that. The older you get, the harder it is to heal up. And I don't like how the camera is on this thing. I don't know how that works. No, you watched him. So he did do the skateboard thing. Yeah, I almost thought for a while that was a dying art or hobby, or sport. But I think a lot of people do it. Hopefully we'll get some folks to tune in here in a little bit. So, Nez, what part of the world do you live in? Or I know you're in the United States, but what quadrant of America are you in? You loved him on Puppet Jack Sparrow. Okay. Big Joe in Malala's World. Hey there. In Ohio. Is there snow on the ground in Ohio yet? No. It is probably close to 70 degrees here. It's raining like crazy this morning, but it's lightened up a little bit for now. It's like I'm looking down. I don't like that. Stand up because the camera's right there. I guess I need a webcam that I can point. Snow not sticking. Okay. we went to our mountain house up in Brevard earlier in the week from Saturday to Wednesday, and it was cold in the mornings, but that was it. Went to Dollywood last Sunday to look at Christmas lights. Big Joe and put glasses on, right? Melee. Where are you at? What part of the world are you in? Big Joe Miles World Haynes. Okay. We are in East Tennessee. Okay. Well, I was up that way last Sunday. We went to Dollywood and kind of stayed there all day. Didn't do anything else. I think we went to Fuddruckers for supper because it was kind of late and we had to get back to Brevard. It was a good day though. Weather was perfect. Cool in Nashville a few weeks ago. Camo Day reviews a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, I just had a thing to pop up. We just left Pigeon Forge on the way home. I've got a video that's going to be coming up soon that features, no, I'm sorry, it doesn't feature. It's just like 30 seconds of when I rode all the way to Bushy Mountain State Prison, and I got 10 foot inside the door before the lady came in and run me out. She said, we're closed. I wasn't too happy about that. And I said, well, the internet said you're open. She said, well, you're looking at the wrong internet. Yeah, I imagine the interstate is nuts today. We left Anderson, which is upstate of South Carolina, to head back to my town here in Sherall, which is roughly 3.5, 4 hours away. And we rode a little bit on Interstate 85, and it's pure nuts. So we got off of it as soon as we could, took a back road here. Hey, let me tell y'all something. On our way, let's see, we left a week ago yesterday to go to our mountain house. And about half the way up the road, hey, Camo Dave, about half the way up the road in a little town called Chester, South Carolina, is where a TV show, I think, called Chiefs was filmed, back in the 90s, perhaps. And anyway, we had to go to Walmart because we wanted to get some batteries for the key fob for the car. And when we pulled into the parking place, we saw the police car with the lights flashing at the front door, but that didn't really alarm us because a lot of times you see police cars at Walmart. Well, we went ahead and we circled the parking lot to find a parking place, and everybody was looking towards this area where we were going. And I said, what are they looking at? So we pulled into the parking place, and we pulled in the parking place. I got out. My wife was driving, and I got out first. And then the car parked in front of us like we were here, and there was a car here. Behind this car, there were two policemen, and they had their SWAT gear on and their rifles, and they were kneeling down. And I said, oh, crap. And then about that time, a guy came walking down, and he said, y'all need to leave. He said, this is not safe. Anyway, we left. They actually shot and killed somebody, and he was laying right on the other side of the car from where we were standing at. And wow, that freaked us out. I mean, you just never know. And we saw in the news later that there was a shoplifter, and apparently he had a gun and made threats and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it was scary. And all those people that were in Walmart, they wouldn't let them go. They had to wind up staying there several hours, and they couldn't get to their cars. and they had the cars. They had to stay there for several hours while the SLED and the DEA and all those guys got in and did investigations. So it was kind of hot and scary. Let's see if we got anybody else new that I missed. Are we still going? Nez Lover, Dave, looking forward to helping out with the awards. Hey, I will tell you something else has changed since I've done a live last. I am now monetized, so I can do super chats. I can do, I get paid for making YouTube videos. It's been about 2 weeks, and I'm already up to 38 cents. All right. I'll be there one day. You know, I've talked to people that were monetizing. They say, oh, well, you don't make much. And that's true. You don't make much unless you've got thousands of viewers. I'm still working on that. My next goal is to be able to get 100 views for every video I put out. That'll be a big deal for me. Right now, it's averaging around 60. Okay. So, Camo Dave, are you still there? And are you still up around Washington? Or are you back in the South? We're not doing a whole lot of talking, are we? Camo Dave, yeah, I'm here in DC to the end of the year. Okay. Then to Morganton. We actually, my wife and I went filming pretty close to Morganton last Monday, I believe. We went to a gem mine that was actually used to mine for feldspar. Do any of y'all watching know what they use feldspar for? I didn't know until I went, and I do now. Y'all guess. Let's see what you have to say without Googling. In fact, there were other things in that mine as well. There were radioactive rocks. Captain Jack Scrapper, hey, how are you? From snow-covered Michigan. Oh, I'd love to see some snow, but not where I'm at. So now snow will probably stay in Michigan till what, March? Does it come and go away? If it snows here, it snows for a day, and 2 days later it's gone. I'm looking at the chat here, and there's y'all talking back and forth. I don't have my little buddy with me today, Toby. He went home. Uh-oh. Well, Nez, you know, here in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, one of your favorite TV shows comes on MeTV. The Monkees. Yeah. You know, I used to watch when the Monkees was a first run thing. I used to watch them, and I watch them now, and I'm making that's silly. It's how your taste in entertainment changes sometimes. Greg likes a Love Boat at 6 on BT. I like the Love Boat too. And when Hogan's Heroes was was first run, I never cared for it. Now that it's gone into rerun syndication, I watch them all. I love it. Camo Dave, I was 10 when Monkees first ran on NBC. Wow, Camo Dave. That's hard to believe. I guess I was somewhere along there. Type of boy, Captain Nez Lover, I watch mostly for the music. Know that the comedy is slapstick and silly, sometimes in the mood, and always for the music. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You soon graduated to the Beatles. Like, hey, B. Athens, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's some the British music was definitely a big influence. When I used to, in my teen years, me and a buddy used to ride around and sit on the hood of our car and play our guitars and try to pick up chicks. And we played a lot of Beatle music. Schultz is my favorite. Hogan's Heroes. I see nothing. Yeah, those guys were good. You know, I don't think that if that were to come out now, if Hogan's Heroes had never been on TV before, and it were to try to come out now, I do not think it would make it. With all the stigma people have about Nazis and things like that. You know, but I kind of look back, and the town that we live in is a big plant here that's owned by Germans. So there are a lot of Germans here in town. So a lot of their parents and grandparents were Nazis, but not by choice, because they were forced to. So, well, the Beatles can't have a favorite song, so it depends on what mood I'm in. I say my favorite Beatles song would Let It Be. Hogan's Heroes, not PC for sure. True, true. Please pardon my stupid typos. Have you talked to text? I use talk to text when I'm on my cell phone, and I have to catch it because with my southern dialect, apparently the thing that picks it up is not southern, and I said some things that had I not called them, I'd probably get locked up. Because if you tell somebody you want to meet them at 6, it doesn't come out 6. And that's really bad when you're texting the preacher. This is not a commercial for Sonic. It does have a shot of booze, and it'll really help you if you have a cold. Oh, does having a shot of booze really help you if you have a cold? Is that just true? Well, I'll tell you, Ness, I have some moonshine here in the house, and if you've got a real bad cold and you drink it, I don't know if it helps you, but it sure makes you think about it a whole lot less. I was in Cancun, Mexico. We had actually flew there to a resort. It's been a long time ago, probably. Golly, I guess it's probably 20 years ago. We had flew there, and I picked up some Montezuma's Revenge or something while I was there. and I didn't even take advantage of it. It was all inclusive, and I didn't even take advantage of the booze stuff while I was there. But on my last day, while we were getting ready to go to the airport, I was really feeling bad, and I got a big glass of tequila and drank that stuff. I just poured it down straight, and it made the plane ride a whole lot more delightful. Moonshine will make you sick, so your cold will no longer be a problem. You remember the movie Major Payne? When it first came on, he was on the battlefield, and the guy said, Major or Sergeant, it hurts, and he said, would you like me to make that pain go away? Yes, Sergeant. You're going to feel a slight pressure, as he broke his finger. You know, I just figured out who B. Athens was. And I talked to you on my comments and stuff. I just all you have is Japanese sake. I had Japanese for supper last night. I have the hardest time sometimes trying to figure out what to eat. Because most of the stuff I eat is not good for me. Okay, look, we've got several people on here now. I'm going to throw this out. See what y'all have to say about it. I'm not calling any names because that's one thing I never do. I never call out another YouTuber or talk about them, but this is a particular situation, which is pretty. I don't know. It just really upsets me. There's this guy that makes YouTube videos, and he's constantly trashing other people, and he does it primarily on Instagram. He'll post a picture of them, and then he'll say something that's totally not true. But I guess it causes other people to think, oh, well, they're doing this, to try to draw them into that drama or negativity. And I mean, he just says some really bad stuff. I mean, things that if their wife or their child was watching, make them think that they're really doing bad things. It's just a matter of time before that fella catches it. Somebody's going to call him out sooner or later. I don't get it. I don't understand why people have to dog somebody else. You know, I believe if I can't say nothing good about somebody, I'm not saying it at all. What's the purpose? And you know, even my 7-year-old granddaughter, her and I were watching this right after Thanksgiving, some YouTube videos. And I said, well, and this was from somebody that I watch. And I said, well, I didn't enjoy that too much. And my granddaughter said, well, why didn't you give it a thumbs down? I said, no, Layden, you don't do that. You know, if I don't like it, keep my mouth shut. What's the point? You know, that doesn't, and listen, that doesn't mean that, it means not everything's perfect. You know, not every video I make's anywhere near being decent. I mean, I try. I mean, they're talking about hate on YouTube the other day. They're pathetic. Just look at who it's coming. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. And you see those people, and they wonder, you know, why don't I have a million subscribers? Well, look at yourself. Naysayers have 40 methinks. They have to, to make others feel better. Yeah, I don't get it. You know, this has always been my way of thinking. If somebody else does something that I don't feel right about, if there's another YouTuber that I know, and I know a few, and I'll go to them and I'll ask them first, you know, what was behind that? And sometimes it ain't what I thought. People jump the gun and they start believing things is not even true. But if you react to them and play the victim, they call you psycho. Oh, I know. Exactly. That's why when they say these bad things, and actually they've said it on a few fellas that are YouTube creators, that I'm going to call my friends, because listen, I call all you my friends, even the ones that I haven't met personally, which is my goal, to meet as many YouTube creators as I can. When I do, they're my friends. Might not be the friends that I invite you to come over here and lay in the bed, but that don't matter. You can still be my friends. I have relatives that I'll give the key to my house, and then I've got relatives that they're not getting the key, but they're still my relatives. So whenever they say these things, I don't say nothing. I just don't like it. But, listen, if anybody's, and if I have the opportunity to ever meet this one particular individual, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to take them aside and say, listen, I'm not calling you out publicly, but you need to back off a little bit. It doesn't make you look very good. It doesn't make you look good at all. If they want psycho, they just better hide and watch. So if they that's it. The section of South Carolina that I live in, there's some folks that if you look at them wrong, they'll take you out. And, they're bona fide rednecks, and all they're looking for is to hurt somebody. But I can imagine, I don't get it. I don't get it. Getting back to what I was talking about a while ago is, I like talking to other YouTube creators. For some of you, I've talked to Camo Dave quite a good bit. And basically, I throw ideas off of him. What do you think about this? Because I'm constantly trying to make my YouTube videos better. I want people to enjoy them. I want to go as far as I can go. That's why I'm so excited about finally getting monetized. That 38 cents that I've earned in the last 2 weeks, I'm going to save it up. And one day, I'm going to buy a real nice camera. So, Greg, I haven't asked you. I think you live in Canada. Is that right? But you're from? Are you from Scotland? Is that correct? Helps the night is it helps everyone. Your sounds great. I tell you, all of you guys know Bama Mike. I met him a few years ago through a video he did. He did a review on something that I had, and him and I, have got together several times. I've been down to Alabama. He's been up here to South Carolina. But we talk several times a month, just throwing ideas off of each other. And I cherish those times that I can do that. The carpetbagger, he's a real busy person, so it's a real plus when you can get to be with him. But he's got some good ideas, and apparently they work, because there's a lot of people that watch it. Met with Mark Jones. Mark, one of his advices to me was, he told me, he says, Tony, you need to live stream more. But I have a hard, hey, this is hard. One is being able for me to sit down long enough to do it. Because like right now, I've got a gazillion things that I need to be doing. I need to drag stuff out of the building and bring it up to the house so we can start decorating for Christmas. And I'll let y'all see that after we get it done. But we go all out, multiple Christmas trees and all that stuff. And my family's not even here. My son's 6 hours away, and my daughter's 4 hours away. But hopefully they'll come here at least one day before Christmas. I'm trying to get better with learning about editing, and I got some collaborates coming up. I love the edit. I had somebody contact me asking me about editing my videos for me, but I kind of that's the part that I enjoy most. Going out and shooting the footage is fun, but I love cutting them apart and trying to create stuff, because that's where your real creativity comes in. Is in the editing process, and I use Filmora. It's easy for me to use. I'm not really good on a computer to start with, but I'm learning things. I think some of you guys have probably seen my new some of my new little trailers with the Earth and the outer space and all. That those like 2-minute videos took hours to make. I bought that light you showed us in my garage. Holy cow, what a difference. Yeah, wasn't that light really neat? I put that thing in my storage room, and I was just dumbfounded. I've got a couple other places I'd love to put it, but they're can lights, and the light fixture is like way up in there. So I was thinking if I could get some kind of extension to bring it down, that thing would put out a lot of light. I've got a new thing that I'm going to do a review on later this week. That I got a GPS, and I just got it. I'm gonna have to take it out of the box and try it out and see how it goes. I think I've got a hit the wrong button. Poof! It'll start all over. It's part of when I flip the switch. Yeah. There's all kinds of video editors out there, but like I say, I found the Filmora thing to be pretty easy. I've got something on my phone, and I can't edit anything with it. But I met with Will from Yankee in the South, and he does 95% of, I think, of all of his videos is on his Samsung 9 Plus, and he edits them there. And if y'all watch his stuff, the man's talented, and he does some beautiful photography work in his videos. Movie Nania Nick, thank you for stopping by and enjoy the Dollywood vlog. Movie Mania Nick, have you seen Frozen yet? We went with our granddaughter Thanksgiving Day, and to start with, we were the only people that were. Let's see, there were 6 of us, and we were the only ones in the theater, and they had the recliners. And I'll tell you, I love a theater with recliners. And once you go to a movie theater that's got recliners, you don't want to go to anywhere else. Not yet. Probably seeing it Tuesday. I tell you another movie I want to go see. I want to see Jumanji, because I've seen the other 2, and the one that's got Dwayne, what's his name? You know what I'm talking about? The Rock. He does a good job. That's somebody I love. Dwayne Johnson. That's somebody I'd love to meet. Because I bet that he's probably pretty much like you see. I would think that he would be a real likable fella. A lot of folks that you meet, what they portray, and when you see them in real life, that ain't what you thought at all. And I've met a few YouTube creators that are like that are, they seem to be happy-go-lucky, but then when you meet on their videos, but when you watch them in real life, they're like all uptight. I tell you what, though, when you meet me, and those that have met me, you tell we're pretty much the same person. My wife says it's like living in a cartoon world. We've been together, let's see, the night before Thanksgiving, made 44 years. This March, we'll be married 44 years. Okay, let's see if I haven't missed any of the chat here. My chat's so slow, I actually get to see everybody. And that's a good thing, though. You definitely see Jumanji, especially since Danny DeVito and Danny Glover. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw a movie with Danny DeVito in it. I can't even remember the name of the movie, but he was a photographer for a newspaper. I don't remember the name of it. But he was the photographer for a newspaper, and he would actually like go film a person had been shot, and he would pose them. It says more about her. Yeah. Barb, it says a whole lot more about her. She is a human resources manager for a canning plant. And I've had a few fellows tell me that she was rough. And I said, no, she's not. I said, she practices what she does to y'all, she practices on me at home. And DeVito was in the one that flew over the coop. Really? Was he in the psych ward with Jack Nicholson? Because I don't remember that. I remember that guy that had a real high forehead with his hair stuck back. That Joker looked insane. I mean, he played the part. Nicholson played the. I mean, he looked pretty insane, but that other fella, he looked like the real deal. Very young, yeah. Yeah, that was a good movie. I think they should have made a. I don't know. They could have made a part 2. Nurse Ratched. And didn't you want to slap that woman? Now, mind you, said want to. Want to and doing is 2 different things. Something I've never done. I've never raised my hand at my wife. Well, I did, but that's as far as it got. I've got better sense. You know, that reminds me a little story I'll tell you. I think it's pretty funny. This man named Clem was talking about his wife, Ernadine. And he said something. She said, yeah, let's see if I can get this right. Tell the story I got to make. Mitch Gander, man, hey, how are you? Old Clem was telling a story about Ernadine. He said, you know, he said, one time I didn't see my wife for 3 days. And they said, what you talking about? I said, yeah, we've been married for 50 years, but I didn't see her for 3 days. So how's that? I said, well, I told her woman, make me a sandwich. And she said, Clem, you got 2 hands. You get up and make your own sandwich. And he told her again, he said, you woman, you make me a sandwich. She said, I'm telling you what, you talk to me like that for one more time, and you ain't gonna see me for 3 days. And I did, and she was, by God, she was about right. And I didn't see her for 3 days. And then on the 3rd day, I could see her just a little bit out of my left eye. I probably didn't tell that right. Mitch Gander, man. Rob, did you hear my story about my wife and I going to Walmart and pulling up in front of a car that right behind the car, the police had shot somebody and they were laying on the ground, and we got out of the car. And when we did, I saw the guns, and then a man came walking up and said, y'all need to leave. That was scary. Did all of y'all have turkey for Thanksgiving? I overheard my wife and my daughter talking the week before Thanksgiving. And they were talking about a honey baked ham. And I interjected and I said, whoa. No, we're going to have turkey. And my daughter said, Daddy, that's all you think about is eating. And you ain't got to cook it. I said, well, you're not going to cook it either because you're talking about ordering honey baked ham. I said, why do you think they call it Turkey Day? People all over the world talk about turkey for Thanksgiving. The little kids in school, they take pine cones and cut little feathers and stick in them and make turkeys. They don't make a pig. All right, then we'll have turkey. So they ordered a turkey from Honey Baked Ham from what's that thing? They make honey baked ham. What's the name of that thing? Anyway, they ordered us. It was a honey baked turkey or smoked turkey, and I accused them of really having a honey baked ham, but they put turkey label on the box. But they thought I was crazy because I wanted turkey for Thanksgiving. I said, yeah, this ain't right. Eat ham for Christmas. Honey baked ham. Honey baked, all right. So Mitch, Rob, y'all didn't have turkey. Or did you have turkey too? Because if you did, that's a plus. I lost the audio. You got it back? My wife bought us a 50-inch flat screen TV for $150 from Target. And she called me, her and my daughter went Thursday night. And not much on turkey. I'm sorry. I want to get it once a year. But anyway, she had called me. She said, I found this 50-inch TV for $150. What do you think? I said, buy it. I'll find a room to put it in. We just finished our bonus room. We've got a room over our carport, a garage, that we've been working on it since we built this house. And the reason it wasn't finished when we moved in is because we were in such a hurry to move in, because the place we were in, we had to get out of because they sold it. There's Lover, you made a duck. You made 2 ducks, and they were indeed in a row. I made a duck, actually. I made 2 ducks, and now they were indeed in a row. Okay, I don't get it. Okay, there's 2 ducks are in a row. I've had duck before. It's kind of greasy. Isn't that right? That's what they say about collards. You know, listen, my wife can cook some collards. They're just insane how good they are. They, I'm gonna keep talking about them. I'm gonna be slobbering. That's how good they are. But your expression, get all your ducks in a row. Did you have quackers with them? I love it. It's greasy, but I make duck noodle soup the next day. It really makes good stock. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, about them collars. But there's people say, "Hey, I don't eat collars," and I don't blame them because I've eaten collars that some people cook, and it's like chewing shoe leather. Uh, some people can't cook them, but if you get them where they cook right, you do it. That's like grits. A lot of people from the north, say, "Well, I don't like grits." Well, of course you don't. Until you mix them up with eggs and bacon and sausage, they don't taste good. And then put bunches of butter over them. That's how they're supposed to be. I got romaine lettuce for free. It was romaine lettuce for free. I don't get that either. I guess you got romaine lettuce for free. Is it hard to come by? Jack, did they recall? They did a recall on that lettuce. Now, that's it. Romaine lettuce. Is it only grown in one place? Okay. I prefer girls that are sweet with butter and milk and maple syrup. Oh, you prefer grits. Did you hear me say girls? I was looking over my glasses instead of through them. That's terrible. Grits that are sweet with butter and milk. Nah, 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 nah. We went to my mother's from Iowa, and when I was a little kid, we went to where she was from, which is where my grandmother lived at the time, and we got grits, and they were yellow. That was the nastiest looking thing I ever seen in my life. But they call it hominy. I know Eminem, just teasing. I think so. Well, sweet girls are too. How do you think of how people eat some things? It's like when I was little, me and my sister used to eat eggs, and we put ketchup on them. I just can't get by that. Somebody was talking on one of the I don't know if it was on YouTube or Instagram, but they were talking about mayonnaise and Hellman's or Miracle Whip. And then, of course, I butted in and said there's only one kind of mayonnaise, and that's Duke's mayonnaise. It was invented in Greenville, South Carolina, and it's different. But once you had it, and listen, I didn't get it. I never had Duke's mayonnaise until I was 19 years old. My mama, being from the West, we eat sandwiches and she put Miracle Whip on them, and I'm thinking that's all I knew, and even steak. When we had steak, and listen, we were poor when I was coming up. My dad died when I was 12. And my mama had to work to support me and my sister, and it was hard going, but we never got steak. And when she bought steak, it was round steak, and she cooked the fire out of it where the ends would turn up on it. I was dating my wife. I met her when I was 19, and I went over to her house, and she grilled a steak for her and myself, and I don't know, I hallucinated.
I remember laying there and I was seeing colors, and she didn't put nothing on it, but that's just how good it was. I'm thinking, what is this? Is this how the rest of the world eats? And then she made me a ham sandwich with Duke's mayonnaise on it. I said, oh, golly. I mean, it was unreal. So, you think about sometimes by not trying different types of food, what you're missing out on. And just don't try it from one place, try it from other places, because really, some people can't cook. Yeah, Captain Jack Scrapper. That's what I said. I was looking over my glasses when I was reading it over on the chat. We were talking earlier about doing the text to chat, talk to text, and how you can mess up on that. Girls are good when harmony as well. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I was really disappointed. I found out a Christmas parade that I went to last year. It's been going on for 20 years. And they're not doing it this year. The Redneck Christmas Parade. And this thing is unreal. They had 20,000 people, no, 200,000 people show up for this thing. And it's way out in the country at a crossroads. And there's only like 3 buildings out there. And they had a big bean field that people were parking in, and they had shuttles taking them back and forth. And they were lined up on the road, and people got there like the night before, and they had easy ups, and they were camping out and tailgating. And this party, they have stuff like it was in a place called Boykin, South Carolina. Actually, the little community where the Boykin Spaniel was invented, which is a hunting dog. A lot of people don't know. And but they canceled this year. They said they want to take this year off to rethink the whole thing, because it's got to be so big and popular. Got to go, Rob. You have. Sorry, Nez. Blokes can't help ourselves. No worries. I can think of a few fellows I know who would probably be good with us. Athens, where am I going next? I don't have a clue. We went last Sunday. We were in Dollywood, and we went and filmed some Christmas lights there. And then Sunday night, we went to the North Carolina Arboretum. Actually, I'm going to edit that this afternoon so I can put it up in the morning. Hallucinating home. No wonder you married her. I'm telling you, after I eat that steak, I laid on my back and I said, wow, man, look at the colors. Look at the colors. Back to what I was saying, that the North Carolina Arboretum, I'm wanting to edit that today so I can upload it in the morning or tomorrow sometime. I've got a few old meals that were used back in the turn of the century, or turn of the last century, and a couple museums we've been into. So I'm still looking, and it's getting, it's getting harder and harder to find new places that I think are interesting. And that's the thing is, I don't get a whole lot of people that suggest places for me to go. I'm open to think about it. Someone sent me a message. It was Arboretum in Spring. You like the Quilt Garden? That place is unreal. The flowers, it's awesome. But shoot, I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to do too many things at the same time. Oh, that he commented and wanted me to do a story on a fellow that was a moonshiner, that was an outlaw. This was like in the late 1800s, and I went and did the research on it, and I saw some other fellows that had done some real good videos on it, and I told them that I don't think I could do it justice, because it is too deep. One of the videos I think was, I don't want to say professionally done. It looked like it was professionally done by like a news agency or something. You know, people that's got the resources to really spend a week making one video. I can't spend, you know, most of my videos I'll film, you know, in a couple hours and then spend an hour editing it. I don't do talking text. My fingers make enough mistakes. Yeah, I know. Me too. I tell you, I did some videos last week and some filming, and I took my wife with me, and it's bad because she keeps correcting me if I leave something out. She said, "You need to read this thing. What's it says?" And Elizabeth, good to see you. Yeah, but I was filming in a gym mine, and there was this big metal thing that the miners would go to the bathroom in, and one of them had 2 seats, and the other had 1 seat. I just commented, "Okay, here we have a 2-seater and a 1-seater," and she said, "You know, you need to read this thing. The 2 seats were for the miners. The 1 seat was for the boss man." And I said, "That would be such a stickler. You know, nobody would know." So I went back and did it right. And she told me I rushed through, and I probably do. Need to take a little more time. Maybe that's something I need to work on in making my videos. I need to take just a little more time working on them. Captain Jack Squirrel, ahoy, honey. Did I see? I asked earlier. Let me scroll up here and see. I'm gonna look. Okay. Go back. I gotta back up. I'm looking at something on the I got you. So I'm trying to think, have I ever been to Michigan? I think I might have got really close to it. Maybe not though. Isn't Michigan up above Chicago, or is that Wisconsin? I'm trying to find a place to go for New Year's. Every year for New Year's, my wife and I, we take a little 3 or 4 day trip, and so I'm trying to come up with somewhere really interesting to go. Last year we went to Nashville, Tennessee, and the year before that we went swimming with the manatees down in Florida, and I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing that again. Now that I've got a good GoPro, I can go underwater with it. So anyway, I hope you guys have got big plans for today. The sun is shining outside. It's been rained all night. Even had some thunder last night and early this morning. I've got a little more work I'm gonna do here on the bonus room, and then I'm gonna be done with it. Nashville was funny getting lost in Opryland Hotel. I'm gonna tell you what, Opryland Hotel, I would imagine, I've never been to Las Vegas, but I would imagine it would probably compare to some of the Las Vegas hotels. But it's like when you're in there, they have different areas set up, like outside is inside. Yeah, they have outside, inside. There's rivers and waterfalls and all that mess, and restaurants all over the place. And the thing's kind of like, I don't know, but I went in at a certain place,
And when I got ready to leave, I went out, and it was like on the backside of the hotel. And I said, my motorcycle's parked way over there. So I went back through the hotel, and I was twisting and turning. And there was people that worked in there, and I was trying to tell them where I came in at. And someone said, no, that don't sound familiar. I said, well, but there's people that work there don't even know where they're at. And I think that's pretty bad. When you work somewhere, you don't know where the outdoor is. But I've been to little towns, and you ask people how to find something, and they don't know. And I don't know. Again, I guess that's just people. I can tell you where what's ever, in the little town I live in, I can tell you what's under every rock. Because I look. I always try to be aware of what's around me. But I don't necessarily notice what kind of shoes they have on. That's what my wife asked me. So I saw so-and-so today. And she asked me, well, how is her cousin, or how's her wife? I don't know. I didn't ask from that. Only stay, we got 5 inches of snow cold today. I can't imagine. 5 inches of snow. We probably hadn't had 5 inches of snow in the last 5 years, if you totaled them all up. If we get a flurry, like for instance, tomorrow morning, if when the sun comes up, you see a few snowflakes, within an hour's time, all the schools will be canceled. All the grocery stores will be void of bread and milk. They'll have a run on the grocery stores. You will not be able to find a loaf of bread or milk. And everything shuts down. Then I'm talking about before snow even hits the ground. Well, guys, listen, I really appreciate all of you that joined here on the chat. Looks like I've been on 1 hour and 3 minutes. It's been great. We'll have to do this again sometime soon. I really, really appreciate y'all stopping by. Do me a favor, though. Tell some of your friends and family about my channel. Share it on Instagram, on Facebook. Let them know. Tell them to come visit me, watch some of my videos. And by all means, don't just watch. Comment. Tell me what you think. That's the only way I'm going to improve. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. Remember what we talked about earlier. If you can't say something good about somebody, then keep your trap shut. I'm going to sign off for now. But as I always do, for now, y'all have a good day.